Number 1. Spatial. Relating to the position, area, and the size of things. For example, this task is designed to test the child's spatial awareness. Spatially. Spatially aware. Spatter. To drop small drops of liquid, etc. on a surface. Or to fall, especially noisily, in small drops. Number 2. Strain. A force or influence that stretches, pulls, and puts pressure on something, sometimes causing damage. For example, as you get older, excess weight puts a lot of strain on the heart. The hurricane put such a strain on the bridge that it collapsed. Their constant arguments were putting a strain on their marriage. It also means an injury to a muscle or similar soft part of the body caused by using that part too much. It also means a particular type or quality. Another meaning is an animal or plant from a particular group whose characteristics are different in some way from others of the same group. For example, scientists have discovered a new strain of virus that is much more dangerous. Another meaning, strains, the sound of music being played or performed. For example, I could hear the strains of Mozart in the background. When strain used as a verb, it means to separate liquid food from solid food, especially by pouring it through a utensil with small holes in it. For example, could you strain the vegetables, please? I usually strain the juice over the pineapple and use it in another recipe. When used as a verb, it also means to become stretched or to experience pressure or to make something do or experience this. For example, I have put on such a lot of weight recently. This dress is straining at the seams. I strained a muscle in my back playing Scotch. Don't watch TV in the dark. You will strain your eyes. When used as a verb, it can also mean I really had to strain to reach those top notes. For example, I was straining my ears to hear what they were saying. Number 3. Induce. To persuade someone to do something. For example, they induced her to take the job by promising editorial freedom. Nothing could induce me to climb a mountain. Another meaning is to cause something to happen. For example, pills for seasickness often induce drowsiness. To cause a pregnant woman to give birth to her baby earlier than she would naturally, or cause a baby to be born earlier than it would be naturally. For example, in this hospital, twins are often induced. Inductive. Using a particular set of facts or ideas to form a general principle. Number 4. Replicate. To make or do something again in exactly the same way. For example, researchers tried many times to replicate the original experiment. It also means if organisms or genetic or other structures replicate. They make exact copies of themselves. Replication, the act of making copies. Number 5, arousal, a state in which you feel excited or very alert, for example, as a result of fear, stress, or anger. For example, thinking angry thoughts can provoke strong psychological arousal. Arouse, to cause someone to have a particular feeling. For example, it is a subject which has aroused a lot of interest. Number 6, mounting, gradually increasing. For example, mounting anxiety, mounting excitement, mounting debts. Mount can use as a verb. It means to gradually increase, rise, or get bigger. For example, the children's excitement is mounting as Christmas gets nearer. She mounted her horse and rode off. He mounted the platform and began to speak to the assembled crowd. Number 7, enthrall, to keep someone completely interested. For example, the baseball game completely enthralled the crowd. The audience was enthralled for 2 hours by a sparkling, dramatic performance. They listened, enthralled to what he was saying. Enthralling, keeping someone's interest and attention completely. For example, I found your book absolutely enthralling. Number 8, invention. For example, half the people questioned said they were opposed to military invention. Repeated inventions on currency markets have failed to prevent the value of a currency falling. Intervene, to intentionally become involved in a difficult situation in order to improve it or prevent it from getting worse. To happen between 2 times or between other events or activities. For example, the central bank intervened in the currency markets today to try to stabilize the exchange rate. 2 decades intervened between the completion of the design and the opening of the theater. Number 9, diverse, varied or different. For example, students from countries as diverse as Colombia and India use Cambridge textbooks. New York is a very culturally diverse city. Diversify, to become more varied or different. If a business diversifies, it starts making new products or offering new services. For example, millions of years ago, changes in the Earth's climate caused animal and plant life to diversify. Many wheat farmers have begun to diversify into other forms of agriculture. Number 10, foster, to take care of a child, usually for a limited time, without being the child's legal parent. For example, would you consider fostering a child? It also means to encourage the development or growth of ideas or feelings. For example, I'm trying to foster interest in classical music in my children. Foster can also describe someone or something connected with the care of children, usually for a limited time, by someone who is not the child's legal parent. For example, she was taken into care by the local council and placed with a foster family. As a child, he had lived with a succession of foster parents. Number 11. Sensitive. Easily upset by the things people say or do, or causing people to be upset, embarrassed, or angry. For example, her reply showed that she was very sensitive to criticism. He was very sensitive about his scars and thought everyone was staring at him. A sensitive subject, situation, etc., needs to be dealt with carefully in order to avoid upsetting people. For example, the stolen car contained military documents described as very sensitive. Understanding what other people need and being helpful and kind to them. For example, representatives of the company claim their plan will be sensitive to local needs. In the movie, he plays a concerned and sensitive father trying to bring up two teenager children on his own. Easily influenced, changed, or damaged, especially by physical activity or effect. For example, some people's teeth are highly sensitive to cold. Sensitive equipment is able to record small changes. For example, the parents' responses are recorded on a sensitive piece of equipment, which gives extremely accurate readings. The adverb is sensitively, the noun is sensitiveness. For example, this is a very delicate situation and it needs to be handled sensitively. Number 12. Recruit. To prevent someone to work for a company or become a new member of an organization, especially the army. For example, charities such as Oxfam are always trying to recruit volunteers to help in their work. Even young boys are now being recruited into the army. When you use a noun, it also means a new member of an organization, especially the army. For example, your recruits were trained for 6 months and then sent to the war front. Recruitment. The process of finding people to work for a company or become a new member of an organization. For example, the recession has forced a lot of companies to cut down on graduate recruitment. It's all part of a recruitment drive intended to increase the party's falling numbers. Number 13. Prestigious. Very much respected and admired, usually because of being important. For example, a prestigious literary award, a prestigious university. Prestige. Causing admiration because connected with being rich or powerful. A prestige address, we can say a prestige car, a prestige job, or a prestige label. Respect and admiration given to someone or something, usually because of a reputation for high quality, success, or social influence. The company has gained international prestige. Number 14. Longitudinal. A longitudinal line or structure goes from one end of an object to the other rather than across it from side to side. Number 15. Consistently, in a systematic or consistent manner. For example, the president has consistently denied the rumors. Consistent, always behaving or happening in a similar, especially positive way. For example, there has been a consistent improvement in her attitude. Number 16. Comparable, similar in size, amount, or quality to something else. For example, the girls are of comparable ages. Our prices are comparable to those in other shops. The two experiences aren't comparable. Compare, to examine or look for the difference between two or more things. To judge, suggest, or consider that something is similar or of equal quality to something else. For example, if you compare house prices in the two areas, it is quite amazing how different they are. This road is quite busy compared to ours. Children seem to learn more interesting things compared to when we were at school. Number 17. Confer, to exchange ideas on a particular subject, often in order to reach a decision on what action to take. For example, I should like some time to confer with my lawyer. Give an official title, honor, or advantage to someone. For example, an honorary doctorate was conferred on him by Edinburgh University. Conference, an event sometimes lasting a few days, at which there is a group of talks on a particular subject, or a meeting in which especially business matters are discussed formally. For example, they frequently hold conferences at that hotel. Number 18. Persist in. If an unpleasant feeling or situation persists, it continues to exist. For example, if the pain persists, consult a doctor. The cold weather is said to persist throughout the week. To try to do or continue doing something in a determined but often unreasonable way. For example, if he persists in asking awkward questions, then send him to the boss. Persistence, when someone or something persists. For example, many financial analysts have been surprised by the persistence of the recession.